All right, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Welcome everyone to episode 93 of the Save Point podcast. That is the wrong sound effect. God, yeah. Do you know what this sound effect is from, Brock? Let me actually play it
The
again.
one you just played before. Oh, that one. It's Happy Wheels. Or
Okay,
good.
good.
It was. Yeah.
The fifth time we've asked him that question.
I don't know.
Last 40 episodes.
Sorry for all the sound effects at the start. Apparently, it overstimulates some people.
Yeah, I don't remember who said that to me, but I remember someone said it was...
That it was just too much sounds going on. Tell you what was overstimulating me. Can you give me that thing so I can throw it away? Here's my Windows XP handheld Samsung device that I gave Brock to have a little play with, and it is going away because it's annoying me. Well, bam. Okay, we're back.
Whoa.
I don't feel like a bunch has happened this week in the world of gaming.
I mean, there's been some stuff, but it's been fairly slow compared to the weeks preceding it.
It has been a big month for gaming.
Preceding. Yeah, I don't know.
Pre means before.
Yep.
Like pre-drinks. And I'll tell you what happened before. Let's go back in time. This is at Sunday at the moment. I'll go Friday night. I went to the movies with Lizard. Yes, I know Lizard's probably listening now because she goes and controls Fs and listens whenever I say her name. So she will watch that part in the episode. Up yourself, bitch. I went to the movies with my girlfriend Lizard to watch Disclosure Day. This is the new Steven Spielberg movie. The movies have been on a run this year. There's so many good films that have come out. There's been some duds, but there's been so many good ones. Went and saw Disclosure Day. I have not thought about leaving a theater in probably about a decade. I was very close to doing it on Friday.
Oh, it was that bad.
This movie wasn't even bad. It was fucking boring.
So it's your 180 movie going experience?
Yeah. It's a Spielberg movie. And it was boring as fuck. I was so surprised. I thought this thing was like, kept getting hyped up to me. Did not think about it. I was like, oh, it came out. I'm going to go watch it. Disclosure Day, blah, blah, blah. If anyone in the audience has been thinking about watching Disclosure Day, don't. It was a waste of time. Wait till this is on streaming, and I can almost guarantee this will be the type of thing you chuck on one like Saturday afternoon or Saturday night or something. You get halfway through and be like, let's do something else. It was such a nothing movie.
I'm looking on Letterboxd now, and we were talking before we started recording about Toy Story 5. I wanted to see how it was getting reacted to. It has a higher Letterboxd score than Disclosure Day.
I'm not surprised. Yeah. I mean, Toy Story, I know a lot of people didn't like that fourth one, and I honestly think 1, 2, 3, leave it there.
Yeah.
3 was surprisingly good for what it was. A lot of people consider it their favorite.
It's a good send-off. And then
it is. It's a very good send-off. And then they just fucked it up by not sending it off, undoing it and putting Key and Peele in.
I was talking to someone about that today. It's like the whole plot of that movie is like Woody trying to get back to everyone. And then right at the end of the movie, he goes, actually, fuck you guys. I'm just going to go fuck off with Bo Peep. And it's like, what's the point of the movie then?
Yeah.
It's just done a full 180. It's like, there's no point of it. Yeah, it looked really pretty, but you can thank Render Man for that. But there was no need for that movie to be made.
Not really, but I mean,
there was a definite need for it to be made.
Money.
Yeah, the company's just sitting there going,
It's like Disney needs an excuse to print money.
Well, Pixar had been sort of not circling the drain, but quality had been going down a lot since old mate left in the early 2010s or something. I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I can't think of his
name.
The one
either. He left because he had some like allegations against him. What was his name? It's a guy who basically was the Artur of Pixar for years.
I can't think of it. I'm sure if you said it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that guy.
I've heard
I know
that name before. Yeah.
I can't think of
There's
it.
There's a lot
of
people in the Disney.
Ben
Disney
looks like he's looking it up at the moment.
Yeah, who was it?
I don't know.
I was about to say Dan Schneider, but it was not Dan Schneider. That was
he got forcibly removed from the Nickelodeon.
He got booted out. He would have liked that.
John Lasseter.
John Lasseter.
He departed in late 2018.
2018, yeah.
But yes, following allegation of misconduct.
Yes, and he was like the brainchild from like all of the big Pixar movies. I can't say the last time I've been super amped for a Pixar movie, but at the same time, I'm not really I'm not the target audience for that. I loved Toy Story as a kid, and I still think they're great movies.
Cars 3 was like, I want to watch it because it was Cars 3. It was a lot better than the second one, in my opinion. The second one has too much not Lightning McQueen, which kind of ruined it for me. Yes. But I think Big Hero 6 was the last one I was kind of interested to go see what the it was something
Well,
completely different.
It was
I
an
was-
adaptation.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed that didn't have like more come after it in the series to sort of continue it.
I don't know. They're choosing to do. I mean, they always did weird like straight to DVD, like straight to VHS movies back in the early Pixar.
Pixar
Disney.
didn't.
Oh yeah, well,
Disney would do all that
Yeah.
shit.
There's like 3 Aladdin movies or something like
Yep.
that. Which
Yeah, and they're the second one doesn't have Robin Williams, but I think the third one does.
yeah,
They're all the straight to DVD stuff. There's some great YouTube videos about a lot of the Disney Vault stuff.
Yes.
And how Disney really tried to make it feel like you're gonna miss out. You're never gonna see this movie again, because especially back then when you didn't have streaming or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, it's going back into the vault. We're never gonna re-release this. And also, they used to just pump out random shit sequels
Yeah.
to movies all the time.
I don't know. There's some definitely choices there where Disney were like, "Hey, we're going to try this," and then they did, and they didn't perform as well as they expected. Like Treasure Planet, hectic
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
Yep.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
That's,
but it was like one of the first ones where they were like trying to go full 3D. They're like, we don't want to do that. We want to mix it up. So they had to have a certain part of the movie be 3D while still being 2D.
Yep.
yeah.
And they're like, didn't do too well. We're not doing it anymore. Like that movie was fucking awesome.
I know a lot
So
of people
cool.
really want 2D animation to come back, like in big Western movies. Because I mean, the last thing I think Disney did that was 2D was Princess and the Frog. I'm pretty sure that was the
Yeah.
last thing they did. Realistically, for the amount of extra work it is, and I know I'm for it, I love 2D animation. I don't think people are going to show up to make
No.
it worthwhile. People will bitch and moan and say they want XYZ thing, and then when it comes out, they won't support it as much as it needed to be.
No.
Like for years, people would always be like, bring back Futurama, or like bring back Arrested Development and all these TV
yeah.
shows, and then it would come back and it would get
A season, maybe
a
two.
quarter of the viewers that they needed to keep going.
Yeah.
Hey, the quality might not have been quite as good, and people get hyped up in their mind. It's always going to be as good as it was, and then it'll just keep going. Everything I've heard about Futurama though was that the newer episodes were pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really drop off too much. There was some that were pretty bad, but some of them were really, really good as
like,
well.
I've got mixed feelings about that because I loved the first 4 seasons.
Yes,
and then they
watched
did
them to death.
Yes, and then they came back and did like the movie,
Yep.
but like, and I was like,
The 3 movies or something, like
Yeah.
the Beast with a billion backs and
I didn't like
Bender's
them
Big
at all
Score and stuff.
I didn't
Yeah.
like them at all, like compared to the first, but I think it was just because like that was just a goated run of 4 seasons of animated
Yes.
TV.
Yep.
And then they brought the show back, and I was like, oh, cool, I'll watch it. It just wasn't up to the same level of quality as the original season was, which I mean, it had been a fair amount of time, but I think that it was like, yep, cool, we can do this now. And then they've done, I think it's all on Disney now they're still doing seasons potentially, or they've,
I think
Possibly.
it was just coming back because the big thing last year, the year before, was that they weren't going to pay John DiMaggio enough,
Yeah.
and he was not going to be Bender, and everyone went ballistic about it. Which you can't replace a character like that.
No.
So ingrained in
Yeah,
that
it's-
show, and how iconic his performance is as Bender.
yeah, it's still getting released.
Yeah, but yeah,
Crazy.
John DiMaggio, great actor. I mean, speaking of, he's come back again as Marcus Phoenix in the new Gears of War E-Day game. I was talking to Connor about that the other day, and he was really keen about it. And he was
Yeah.
like, he had the exact same opinion of me. I have not cared about Gears of War since Gears of War 3 in 2011. This new one, I am back to my like early teens like giddiness for Gears of War, which is crazy to think. Hasn't been like that. And I think a part of it is just because it's sort of continuing that main story in that older sense. I know the first game is set it's like 10 or 20 years after E-Day or whatever, but it's still in that type of part of the storyline.
timeline sort of
Yeah,
thing.
not the new story when they had his son and all that shit. Like people didn't really care much about
No.
it. And it's all familiar characters, and it just looks cool. And it's a cool idea. But yeah, no. John DiMaggio's kind of goated.
Yeah, I
And
remember there was a massive blow up all over Twitter and stuff when he came through it. Like they're like, yeah,
Oh.
not paying us the same. So he's like, I'm not doing it. It's like, well, you have to pay him. We want Bender back.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, John DiMaggio playing Bender is probably, I would say, one of the most iconic cartoon characters.
Yeah.
It's
think he's-
like him and Homer, and like maybe like Bart. Bart was. I mean, you were alive for this. We weren't. You were alive during the Simpsons boom in the early 90s.
So I was alive. I rarely saw it because we didn't
That's
have
not
Channel
what-
10 at home.
That's not what I was going to ask though, because at least I know in America, The Simpsons took over fucking everything.
Yeah, it was all people
it was
would talk
everywhere.
about at school.
Yeah.
But we never get to saw it unless I had, I'd sleep over at a friend's house or we'd go visit my grandmother. We'd see it then.
I know you lived in a little bit of like bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
But even then, was Simpsons invading the general zeitgeist when you were a kid in the early 90s? During then, because I know I hear people talk about it. I even heard my parents talk about it, how it was fucking everywhere. It was so big.
It was. I think my mum, though, had like a particular distaste for it.
Yeah.
So she did everything she could to sort of
Try and get away from it.
keep it out of the house, keep it away from us. I mean, as I said, like we had plenty of friends that we'd go over to their houses and they'd be watching it. And so we'd see it there. But just because it wasn't there constantly at home.
Now that you mention it, I do have I had a few friends in primary school who weren't allowed to watch it at all. Like there was like a good chunk of our year that were like, no, our parents won't let us watch it.
I know a lot of people that were like that. And in hindsight, I don't know why a lot of parents were super against The Simpsons. It's not
Mum's,
that
I
crude.
remember,
No.
It got a lot of references in it.
My mother's thing against it was just that it was too, like it was American. It was just too American. And so that was her big thing against it, was that like there was already enough. I mean, she wouldn't have used the term slop, but there was already enough stuff that was just like fired onto
Americanized.
TV.
Yeah, I get what you mean. The only thing my parents, not even, it was really just mum. I remember very young, because this is when my parents were still together. So we're going back to like 2003 or 4. My mum really, whenever I turned it on, did not want me watching Dexter's Lab. And I think it's because he says idiot in it. He could say that idiot, like you idiot or whatever he would say. I don't remember. I barely watched that show. I mean, even later on, it was just that show. I'm like, I feel like I watched way worse. I watched The Simpsons with my mum on Channel 10 years later, and like by years, like 3 or 4 years later, and didn't have a problem with it.
When we got Ozstar, we had the chance to like watch all of those things.
Yeah.
And like we got the chance to watch Simpsons and like Cartoon Network was amazing in my mind. It was just like, I mean, there's a whole channel of just cartoons and it's all this awesome stuff I've never seen before. Like we had the opportunity to watch Simpsons then, but I think that was just because there was so much other stuff as well. It kind of just was like, oh, that's just another thing we could have watched.
Yeah.
It didn't have the same popularity in our house.
Actually, the only other thing that I remember being quote unquote banned to watch as a kid was YouTube when it first came out. I think YouTube, when it was first out, a lot of parents' opinions was it was unfiltered. You could see people being beheaded and like all this extreme stuff, which I don't think there really ever was that time on YouTube.
Possibility of,
extremely
user
early.
uploaded content.
And I think they were getting worried about that. But I remember my parents not wanting us to be on YouTube. And I think that just eventually faded away because I think people thought YouTube was the real Wild West when it wasn't. It was all those like Live Leak and all those like actual fuck sites.
My Day at the Zoo.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember watching what My Day at the Zoo or whatever, the first YouTube video, and then also Evolution of Dance. Remember that? That was one of the biggest videos, and it was like a guy dancing or whatever. Those really early Smosh videos. My sister was obsessed with Fred. Remember fucking Fred?
I do.
Fred did my head in. So annoying.
I can't remember what we used to like. I didn't really watch it at home. I don't think all that much. Dad was into it because like he just go, oh, motorbikes, and then just watch whatever the fuck he wanted. I remember definitely getting like early high school. Like me and my mate would just sit up all night and just like Google random shit, and then be like, oh, there's a YouTube video on that, and then it's like 3 hours just done.
Yeah,
just random like people's Lego like
Lego
animation.
stop motion.
Yeah,
I remember watching some of that stuff.
I remember trying to make those on my old Nokia, and we'd just take photos, but then obviously you had like 7 photos to tell a story before your 2 megabytes of memory were full.
Yeah, here we go. Here's some of the first big iconic YouTube videos. Charlie Bit My Finger. Everyone knew that.
Yeah.
Chocolate Rain. Tazon Day. He's still around. That song, people know this to death, but Chocolate Rain was supposed to be like about like the oppression of the black community in America, and people just started memeing on it just because of how he sings it.
Yeah.
Evolution of Dance, and then Leave Britney Alone. Remember that?
The Leave Britney Alone one. I remember. I was talking about that with someone the other day.
That was on like the radio. People talking about that. Yeah, and then Smosh was like one of the first big things. Yeah, fucking Fred Figglehorn, Charlie the Unicorn.
Yes,
I remember that as well. And
that
then
like
we got
Charlie.
Yeah, you can leave that. And then Epic Rap Battle. I don't feel like that was that early.
No, I definitely feel like
I feel like that was like 2010, early 2010s. Yeah, YouTube is very different to what it was. I mean, because you make fucking money off of it now.
Do you reckon?
As you watch this YouTube video.
Yeah, please do. Do you reckon that original video, like the My Day at the Zoo, has AdSense on it now?
I don't know, because I mean,
not, YouTube's probably slapped it on there.
Well, Me at the Zoo is from the original creators of YouTube. I don't remember their names. They've got a lot of money now. I'm pretty sure. They sold it early on though.
It was very early. It was like 2014.
Oh no, I think it was earlier than that.
Did it get? Why am I thinking it got bought by Yahoo, or did someone else buy Yahoo?
It got bought by Google.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. When was YouTube bought? The thing is, I mean, like, people might say, oh, they should have held on to it later on. It wouldn't have grown because they wouldn't have had the infrastructure for it. When was YouTube bought?
By Google.
By Google. 2006. So yeah, straight away. Far out, very quick.
I'm thinking of Yahoo buying Tumblr, I think. That was much.
It Yahoo that bought Tumblr?
Yeah, and then they
immediately took the NSFW stuff off of it, and it died straight away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was talking with. You've jogged my memory now. We were talking. I still can't remember who I was talking to, but we were talking about MySpace.
Yeah.
And like how it was
your top 8?
Briefly bought by Justin Timberlake.
No, he had shares in it, I think.
No,
did he buy? I don't.
See, I missed that whole
MySpace. He bought it in conjunction with someone. They originally sold it like for some. They sold it to some company for like.
Didn't you try and turn it into a music sharing website?
Possibly, but they originally sold it for like, I'm gonna just butcher numbers here. Sold it for like 200 billion, and then like 6 years later, it was sold again for like $1 billion. It was like a massive drop in how much they'd lost.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yes, Justin Timberlake was part of a consortium that bought MySpace. So it wasn't. But he did not buy it alone. He's also in The Social Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a main character in it.
He's
Social
the
Network
guy
2's,
who makes. Yeah, I did see that too.
Social Network 2 is coming out very soon.
Because he's in that. He plays the guy who created Napster or whatever it is.
Yes. Yeah. Napster bad.
All I remember is the Futurama episode where they have it, but they're stealing celebrities' identities for like random situations and all that sort of thing.
That's crazy that like you look back at how big all the Napster drama was and LimeWire and all the torrenting and people getting so up in arms and worried about that and how big of it. Yeah,
so small now.
I know.
So I remember
it really does.
Someone on X shared the other day. They're like, "Oh, it's like the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary of like when Pirate Bay sent DreamWorks that email about like pirating Shrek or something like that." And they're like, "Hey, the piracy is not illegal in our country, so you kindly fuck off. You'll hear from our lawyers." And it's like a big paragraph saying like, "We can do what we want here." Like if you don't know, Sweden is not in the States.
Yeah,
it's a very, very, very well worded email.
Oh god, a lot of early internet nostalgia. It's such a different world from what it was back then.
Yeah,
like I've been listening to there's a guy on YouTube. Shout out to Floppy Disk Repairman. He's a guy who's been going back and sort of looking over old Rooster Teeth history. I was a massive Rooster Teeth fan between like 2007 to about 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Massive. I listened to all their podcasts multiple times. This is tens of thousands of hours. And he's been cataloging through their history. I haven't touched Rooster Teeth stuff in over a decade plus. And he's been going through one of their podcasts and like condensing it into these shorter bits and listening to one of the main guys, well, two of the main guys, it was Jeff Ramsey, who was one of the first founders, and Gus Sorolla, talking about early internet stuff. And just looking, I was doing it while I was fixing up the studio, and it's like, fuck, things have changed so much. Talking about, they used to work at a call center in the 90s, and when they were first being able to get broadband internet.
Yep.
And Gus was talking about how he had to go to AT&T and you had to do an actual course and sit down and have a lesson on how to use your router, how to use your modem, how to connect it up. And you had to have I think it was a router per computer, not per network.
Yeah,
Like,
that would
that's-
make sense.
This is like 99.
Yeah.
And just a lot of the troubles they had, because Rooster Teeth was one of the first big companies that blew up on the internet that did web content. And the thing is, this is 2003 that Red vs. Blue first came out. The server costs for hosting a show that people are going and downloading, that would have been crippling at points. It was lucky they were able to monetize it. Same with Mega 64, the guys I still have been watching for years. Early internet, 2003.
Yeah.
Server costs, things like that. And it's now, we're uploading 4K, 50 frames a second footage on the internet for free. Back then, that would not have been real.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't have even been 720p. It would have been 480 at best.
Another thing that Gus was talking about, which I thought was really interesting, is when they were doing Red versus Blue in like 2006 or 7,
They make it worse when you bring it up.
Whatever. They when they were doing Red versus Blue in like 2006 or 7, Gus was saying that they wanted to finally go into HD because everyone was starting to do HD footage, and it was really good. And they had capture cards to do HD. The problem was there was no infrastructure or no hard drives fast enough to write that footage onto without corrupting.
Yeah.
So he went to some like local production facility and basically had to go take notes on how they did it on their system. It was like some, I don't know, small like film studio, and figure out how they did it and report back and do it there, because there was no information on how to do that. This is still internet time, but still early on.
Yeah.
And now you just go on a fucking ChatGPT, put whatever in, and you find out whatever straight away.
And
you realize that does not work, and then you ask ChatGPT, why did you tell me the wrong information?
It is one of the reasons why I love working on old hardware, is because, like, yes, I like working on it.
It reminds you of your youth.
Yeah, a little bit. Once you get it working and you start going through old hard drives and finding stuff that people have squirreled away on there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, you know, you boot it up and it's a Windows XP machine or something, and they come up with like the ridiculous, what was the UI thing everyone had? Rain meter or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's on my laptop in the cupboard.
And they'd have just these completely over-designed UI things for like the main page and everything. It's just like, this is ridiculous, but also like just such a nostalgia hit of just the late 90s, early 2000s of just, this is what we think the future's going to be. This is going to be great. And it's just
trying to turn on, like, I pulled the old Toshiba out ages ago, and I was looking at it. I was like, I want to see what's on this. And then I'm like, okay, load it up. And I was like, this is taking like a stupid amount of time to boot. Had a look. Rain meter is obviously trying to run. There was way too much for that desktop to handle, and let alone with a 4 gig of RAM. Like, the thing was maxed out, and I wasn't even doing anything. So I was like, turn all this off, and it's like cleared off like 70% of the RAM usage. I was like, I can move the mouse now at not 4 frames a second. Like, it's ridiculous.
This is a shared experience I know tons of people have, and people still have to this day. The disappointment and the harsh reality of learning why your computer can't run something or run a game because you don't understand that computers have specs.
Yeah.
I remember buying a laptop in like 2010, being like, I'm going to play all these games. You can play games on the computer. Why is it super slow? Why is it not working? Not understanding that there's system requirements, because I'm used to a console. I'm used to just putting in the disc. This one's for PS3. This one's for PS2. It just works.
Yeah. How many of your friends do you know of, or like you might have yourselves had it on your computers at home? How many people did you know of that actually had Bonsai Buddy?
That's before our time. I well and truly know what Bonsai Buddy is. Do you?
I've heard of it. I've never. No, I don't know anyone
that's
who's
before
used
our
it.
time.
Okay.
The little
Purple-
pink gorilla,
No, it was
purple gorilla. Sorry, and it was basically just spyware.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was just malware, spyware, whatever it was doing. It was there like, oh, type in this and I'll say all this funny stuff back.
Our closest experience to that was like Clippy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people our age who don't really know what Clippy is.
Yeah.
Which is
Clippy, and
crazy.
you could change it to be other things as well.
Yes,
So
there was a dog.
There was a dog.
There was
like
Merlin the Wizard.
there was like a fairy or something like that.
The Tooth Fairy? Yeah,
maybe
something
something like that. Yeah, but no, Clippy is goated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually helpful. They should bring that back, and that might make like Microsoft Office worth purchasing.
Oh, I don't know if they'd ever do that, honestly. I just remember like when
Changed them into Copilot.
for XP, there was actually, was it XP or was it 95? Whatever it was, like when they first released it out, they had it in a bunch of other stuff, not just in Word. So you could have it like the dog, for example. Anytime I was looking for something on the computer, if you use search, the dog would come up and animate.
That's what I'm
the dog
used
would
to
run
it
off and start going through boxes and like stuff, and then like it was very cool little animations. And for
tanking performance for no reason.
oh yeah, for a 12-year-old, I didn't care. I was just like, I just want to make the dog do things.
Oh, I'm trying to do my assignment, but I don't know what I'm supposed to write here, so I just keep clicking Clippy to see if he's going to do anything for me.
I tell you what's funny is like there's a big, with a lot of the younger generation, there's real big nostalgia for around like tech around that type of time, especially what's the name for it? Aerofrugo or whatever. Like the glass transparent type of
I've heard
art style. It's like what like Vista was like, and like what the future people thought the future was going to be type of thing. Oh, I need to find it up. Type it in. I'll try and find it. And all these people really getting nostalgic for this time where at the time, I don't think a lot of people really liked it as much. I could be wrong, but I feel like, for example, this is a piece of software, so it doesn't really reflect as much on the art style, but people hated Vista.
Oh, yes.
People hated
very
Windows
much
Vista.
so.
It was very much that art style. Aerofrugo or something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to spell that's going to be a fucking nightmare.
It's something weird. It sounds like the Aero bar. Aero bars, they're kind of goated.
Yeah.
It's just funny that as time goes on, the newer generations get nostalgic for the things that the older generations didn't as much like at the time, or didn't really take notice of as much.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people love the vibe of the 80s and the 90s, and now the early 2010s as well.
Yeah,
which was not a thing. That's the only time I properly lived, is early 2010s, and people getting super nostalgic for what it was like between 2000 to about like 2008 or 9. And now it's starting to even get to the point where people are getting nostalgic, like younger generations of the early 2010s, which is crazy to me because I feel like they're. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's why like you see like the resurgence, particularly at the moment, like retro wave and synth wave and everything, because people want to.
That was like, about 10 years ago. That was big.
Well, it's still big at the moment.
I would disagree with that.
I would also disagree with that. You're very wrong.
Yeah, people still make stuff.
It's
still
not
the thing.
Yeah, it's people still.
And
definitely
I like
make
it. I 100% like it, but that was more of like a 2015 or 2016.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I
don't know. I still see it all the time, but that's because I'm in that.
I think
group
that's your
of
circle, so that's why. Yeah. I think it's a
want
cool
to be
aesthetic.
on the grid.
Yeah, I just want to be on the grid.
Am I still the creator of the perfect system?
I was thinking this a while ago. You look at generations or decades and things like that, and they all had their own type of vibe. And like from about the early 20th century, so from 1900 to let's say 2010, I feel like every decade sort of had its own vibe and feeling and different aesthetic. From about, I don't know, middle of the 2010s, like 2015 to now, everything seems the same.
Yeah.
Like there'll be times I'll see movies and it's like, oh, that's an older iPhone, but everything else seems very similar. Like if I watch a movie from 2005, it doesn't feel that dated. 2015, 2020, 2005, 2025, it all blends a lot. But if I watch a movie from 1995, I'm like, whoa, that's different. That's older. Same with like 1985.
I think with the movie thing, it's definitely because they stopped filming with film, and like it obviously.
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah,
I'm not, because it's not even that. I think just the actual environment. Like, I mean, I watched a couple of weeks ago. I watched Casino Royale again, which is James Bond movie from 2006, which would have been filmed in 2004 and 2005.
Yeah,
there's a couple of things where it's like, oh, that feels a little bit weird, but it's like I could mistake that for something current.
Yeah,
and then you go up to all this newer stuff, and I don't feel like there is a distinct like culture shift for this new decade. I don't know if you could say that's reliant on a certain virus that went around that we won't say the name of.
I think it's because tech's moving a lot quicker,
and there isn't time to settle into it and have its own
like
vibe.
You go from like 90s to like early 2000s, huge jumps in tech. Even then, like from like say 2005 to I don't know, like pretty much before 2015, there was a substantial like say the iPhone for instance, massive wave, and then you get the touchscreen phones, blah blah, and it's all kind of mellowed out now. Now it's all just like there's about 15 phones get released every 5
I'm not even saying like tech-wise. I'm just saying like in
but
culture.
like, yeah, but because of like use that as an example, like that sort of thing. Everything is so much faster paced that no one's actually enjoying anything. So it's just like, oh, I want whatever's new now. Just give it to me now, rather than you had a good chunk of time before things kind of had the time you had to evolve.
That's sort of like, I feel like clothing trends have sort of died down.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing. Like a lot of decades have been you can tell what decade is by the clothes they're wearing. And there was definitely stuff in like the mid 2010s, like people wearing like skinny jeans and like the hipsterish movement and stuff like that. And I feel like now, as time's gone on, it's all homogenized into sort of the same thing all the time, and I'm actually not against it because I'm not a fan of fast fashion because it's bad for the environment.
Definitely
and there's so much
trends.
shit. There's trends, but like
trends.
everyone wearing a fucking, what is it, White Fox or whatever the fucking brand is?
I know what you're talking about,
or like everyone buying this shirt or something like that. All this company.
Everyone bought that Stranger Things t-shirt, the Metallica one.
No, but like, for example, I know so many people. I'm so happy just wearing a plain white Uniqlo shirt every day. I've never been the pinnacle of fashion, but I feel like that is a lot of people are very happy just wearing very basic stuff.
Yeah.
I know you've never been in that type of space, but you can admit seeing it. In the past, there was always trends and things like that, and I don't feel like that's as present anymore.
What was that brand that everyone got hooked on I was still in primary school.
Tommy Hilfiger?
No. In primary school? No. It was that stupid monkey one with the hoodies that zipped all the way up to
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That was, like, there was one kid who, absolute douche, but his parents had money. So he's like, I want this. He was the kid who was at every midnight game launch ever because his parents wanted to prove their love. He had that hoodie and he was like, this is so cool. Then you go like 6 months to a year later, Christmas had just been, everyone had that hoodie and it wasn't cool anymore. And then it's like, you had the flip top phones, the fucking whatever they're called.
Like web sliders?
Yes, that's it.
Think,
And there's the LG one and the Razer one. There was two different ones.
Yeah.
I think you could tie like the change in the fact that like we don't really see clothing trends like big jumps in them anymore.
Put that lid on that.
I'm pretty sure you could tie that to the fact that like the internet is just so widespread now at the moment. It used to be like you wouldn't see everyone on the internet, like, well, you wouldn't see like these changes. Oh, this is what's important now. This is what's in fashion now. This is blah, blah. It was stuff that like you would see it in the movies. You would have to wait like, hey, this movie's come out. This is the fashion right now. And then 6 months later, like, depending on what you were seeing, like, oh, this is changing now.
I guess you could say that. I mean, it's like...
But because people now have such ready access to, like, I can talk to anyone across the world and I can find out, hey, what's big in your country at the moment? Those fads and those trends just don't happen because they can't snowball enough, I think.
I feel like fads and trends are probably more for materialistic items and not as much clothing. I mean, I know clothing is a materialistic item, but it's also a necessity. Like, for example, I see it all the time when trends come through with camera stuff. The amount of people that come in and I want a Canon G7X. Everyone on TikTok says it's the best thing ever. A G7X Mark III, there's so many, and that's always girls between the age of probably about 16 to, I'm going to say, about 32 who want them. It's always like 95% it is girls in that age range who want a Canon G7X Mark III. And I tell them every time, hey, it's not a bad camera at all. It's great. It also came out 7 years ago. There is so many better things for the price range. I understand you want a little pocket camera. Your phone will be very similar in a lot of ways. This will be better for some things. This isn't the be-all, end-all. This isn't the thing that's going to magically make you an amazing photographer or take great photos on the spot. But no, it's the current trend. It's the fad. It's what everyone wants. Same with the little Kodak Pix Pro cameras. The same thing. And it's all because it's trending on TikTok. And the other thing I wanted to say was, I have sort of noticed that in the last couple years, younger generations, this sounds such like old fart type of stuff, but younger people in the last few years, they're not using Google as much. They search stuff up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And get videos from...
That's
well, not even that. I feel like TikTok because they want to see a video of someone talking about it real quick.
and using it. You don't have to
Yes.
go find and go, oh, I want to look at this product. And he's like, cool, there's like 20-minute YouTube video and 18 minutes of it he's not using the product. I want to go on TikTok and be like, I want something. Same with games. I go there, they go, oh, what's the game look like? Oh, there's no good thing online. I don't want to sift through it. I just go on TikTok and someone's got gameplay there in 3 seconds. And it's quick and convenient. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, that looks all right. I might get it.
Yeah.
That's all I want. If I know what I'm looking for, I want an answer immediately. And I want to know how to find it, which is half the problem.
Yeah, well, going back to the original thing, Disclosure Day sucked. Well, on the idea of TikTok, that reminded me, because I mean, there's like TikTok celebrities and things like that. We're basically TikTok celebrities. We're so big and everyone loves us.
That's getting clipped.
Who the frick are you? No, I'm not posting that shit. I think we've talked about this before. Have you guys ever had a good celebrity experience?
I don't think I've really had anything I could qualify as a celebrity experience.
Or
I mean, I've
someone famous. You're going to say the Tashi guy?
I was about to say Kim Gamble, but
Yep.
that's the only thing I really.
Yep. I knew he was going to fucking say that.
Yeah.
Tashi. Gotta find what that fucking book's called.
That I don't really.
Go
Can't-
outside.
Well, no, it's more just like if I have had any sort of, there's such and such famous person, blah blah. It's just like most of the time I don't care.
No, that's
Like, a
that's
lot
He's
of
fine.
also very unobservant, so if
Yes.
he walked past a celebrity, I don't think it would register quick enough for him to do anything about
There
it.
is also
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I didn't know they made an animated Tashi TV show.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing
52 episodes.
God, Tashi on the
Australian production
one
company.
per week. I was just gonna say, I mean, like as time's gone on, you saw it when you went to that Last of Us
Yeah.
event. That you saw a lot of
It's
like
just influencers.
there was influencers fucking everywhere, and a lot of them were thought they were more important than they should be.
Yeah, I mean, like, some of them were fine. Like, a lot of the guys that were there that I see on TikTok regularly, like the guys that hung around with, I don't remember what his name was. I keep seeing him on TikTok and I go, I've got to remember because that's who it was.
Yeah.
Can't remember. He's done some of the stuff with the Fairband boys and whatever it is.
Is it the orange-haired guy?
No, not him.
Okay.
There's another one. I've got, he's saved in my reel somewhere so I can show, but I don't know. They were fine. But then it's like that next sort of like level up in influencer status that were there just like, oh, I want a photo here. Everyone fuck off so I can get a photo here. It's like, there's a dedicated spot for photos. Like there's a whole thing and you line up and do it. Didn't want to do that.
Thinking of above the law type of thing.
And it was just like, it was just annoying. And like a lot of the tickets we got were like, hey, there's a fan contest. You enter. Alicia won us tickets. Hectic. So we went. There would have been less than 15% of the people there were fans. It was just social media people to post, hey, The Last of Us season 2 is coming out. Go watch it on HBO, because it was also the same time HBO launched in Australia.
Yeah.
So it was just
kicking off. Yeah.
Funnel everything into this, and then obviously the more celebrities you get out there and influencers, the more people will talk about it.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of nonsense.
Well, on the other end of that, we've all experienced having a good experience with a TikTok celeb. We've met Russ Eats a fair few times. He's come into our
Multiple
work
times.
and dealt with him. Such a fucking nice guy.
He really is.
So incredibly nice, down to earth, just a nice guy. I've talked to him plenty of times. Really nice. Great content. I've been seeing him for a few years actually come in, and he's just really nice. And I think that's very rare to see in people of the size that he has. Obviously, he's a lot more energetic on camera, but I mean, that's how it is for most people. You're not going to be bouncing off the walls nonstop, or else you're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah,
Except Tom, he's always like that.
I won't lie. I probably tone it down on here more than anything. Would you agree with that?
a little bit. Not,
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. You're kind of the
Depends
same.
what you're talking about.
I feel like I can be way more off the walls. We sort of self-diagnosed myself with ADHD a while ago. I feel like I do, but I feel like times I don't. But
I think it's the
times
other A word.
probably.
That's when there's numbers involved.
That's dates. That's a whole different thing. But yes, there's something.
But anyway, yeah, I've had good experiences with Russ Eats. Great guy. If you don't know, go follow Russ Eats on all the socials. Great guy. Does like food reviews.
Yeah.
Does some like comedy sketches now. He's really good, and he's got genuine advice and what you should and shouldn't get. And he's funny as well. But I've been seeing it. There is as someone who sells camera shit, everyone and their mum wants to be an influencer these days.
Yeah, it does seem.
I
that
mean,
way.
we cannot
You had
talk
this
it
stuff
all.
anyway, so it's a little bit
Yeah,
different.
I know. We did not go into this being like, let's buy all this gear and become influencers, blah, blah, blah. I had all this shit, just gave me an excuse to buy more. And we also, like we said,
Yeah,
we
were
had
just
been
chatting
doing
in a
this
car park for hours on end, and
years.
one day you were just like, you know what? Let's record some of this.
It wasn't one day. It was like before we knew you. It was like 2 years of saying we should fucking just record this and do something with it.
Yeah.
And look where it's got us now. Nearly 800 Instagram followers, baby. All worth it.
Only 2 years later, and only now maybe making money.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have an Instagram like that. We probably posted on them full time.
Okay, we had it was end of last year, November, September last year. It actually started getting stuff put on it.
Oh, well, I mean, we're coming up to 2 years of doing this. There's times where I'm like, oh, I wish we could have been better off than where we are now. But other times I'm like, I feel like we're doing really well compared to so many other people.
Yeah, the first, I'd say just over 12 months, it was like, we're just filming it every week.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay. And then out of the span of especially
I feel like it was when I started posting the clips 3 times a day that it really started kicking off.
Yeah, definitely the majority of the last 12 months, it's definitely picked up substantially quick.
Yeah. And it just takes those one random ones to blow up to get there. I know I've said it a ton. We do have other content coming. We do. We've filmed stuff. It's just, honestly, it's all about having time to edit it. I now have 1 extra day a week to do this shit as of last week. And I've already got so much random shit done, and we've got some ideas for stuff. We're not going to talk about it because I'm going to sound like my dad who always says, oh yeah, we're going to do this. That never happens, and I'll bring it up. He's like, well, I'm busy. I'm doing blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever, Gregory.
Well,
Like father, like son.
let's get back
exactly.
on.
I know I do it as well, but
Let's get back to the actual core of the topic then. Ben, have you had any encounters with influencers or celebrities or?
Not really, other than the one I just discussed all of 3 minutes ago.
Brock's present today.
Well, no, we started talking about our podcast again, and it was just
No. We'll rewind a little bit further than that. Tom asked me, when I was at the last Bush Reel, we had experiences with influencers, and then I talked for 3 minutes, and then that was my experience with.
Well, have you had any other experiences?
Probably not that I can think of out of the off the top of my head. I mean, it's not going to be anyone fucking massive.
No,
no. Who's
Uh,
the most famous person you've met then?
Fucked if I know.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone that jumps out at me. There's random, I had Lime Cordial come into the cafe once when I was working, and I made them coffees in their little handmade ceramic cups.
Yeah.
That was about it. There's been random, local celebrities that have come around that I've seen, but also, nothing crazy.
For me, it would still probably be, just because of his reach and how many people he's met, would be Kojima. He's I think in the next 5 years, he'll be breaking fully into mainstream. He did a fucking Balenciaga ad the other week. It was all AI, which sucks, but, or something like that, or like a Dolce & Gabbana or something. I don't know. But let's get off that. That's boring now. We wanted to talk about, we put up a clip as of recording, 15 hours ago, talking about games that we regretted to buy. We bought them fuck, that was a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. Went gangbusters comment-wise. And I want to talk about some of the comments that people were saying. The game that most people from our clip said that they regretted buying and it was a waste of money was Crimson Desert. And I think it's probably because it's fresh in their mind.
Yeah.
And I fully understand why. It is because I think that game just floods so many tutorials and so much shit right at you and makes it look so daunting. And they put, honestly, probably too many mechanics in and people just don't want to deal with it. It's too much. Unless you really have time to know life it, it is too much for a lot of people.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I've played substantially less than you, Brock.
You have?
Yeah, which I think it's still 40 or 50 hours or something like that. There's too much. I underestimated how much time I would need to put into it to fully experience it, which 40 or 50 hours is still quite a good chunk of time. I'm up to chapter 7 or just finished chapter 7. There's 15 or 16 chapters in that game. There's too much. There's too much to do. I will finish it eventually. I don't really have any free time coming up, but I would very much like to and just actually experience it properly.
Yeah, I've fallen out of it. It's one of those games where at the moment I keep looking at it day after day, and I'm just like, I really should pick that back up, so I should keep playing it. But there's just other stuff I'm playing at the moment that is like more on my the forefront of my mind, and they've released so much more little bits of content for it that there hasn't been any massive content drops. It's just been lots of like little things where it's just like there's so much more to do in it than there was originally.
Which was already a fuckload.
There was. I agree it's a very daunting game. It does front load everything very fast and throw it at you in a manner that like it overwhelms you for sure. I still don't think that I regret buying it. It is one of those games
for you though.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You've always said you liked it. I don't think anyone was going to doubt that. So we don't want to review again because we know you would like it, but I think you understand why people wouldn't though.
Oh, I 100% understand why people wouldn't. It's just I'm not on their side at this point.
That's cool. Cause
well, you're not gonna be at this point because you're past that point. Either way.
What was another one that people were saying?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. One of the comments that got a few likes was a guy saying Assassin's Creed Shadows, Watchdog Legion, and Star Wars Outlaws. Notice a theme here, and then they added Ubisoft. So, and a bunch of people replied to this as well. It was like, yeah, Ubisoft games, a lot of them, it's like, it's a bit of a nothingness.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing there. They get very boring, very quick. Another big one that people were saying was GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition. That's the one where that came out a few years ago that looked just terrible.
Yes, because they did the final pass of like optimization with AI or something, and I know the big one was like the nuts and bolts sign or whatever. Like
that was one thing, and people's faces in San Andreas looked like shit. I think that game probably got a bit more shit because people were expecting to have that magic feeling of playing GTA for the first time again, going back and playing those games because it was a proper re-release that wasn't like just like an iOS port like they'd been doing the previous decade. And
bring back Chinatown Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's on a bunch of things.
Yeah, that was great.
What are you doing?
I was yawning and I was leaning away from the
mic to breathe. Okay,
Thank you for bringing attention to it.
So another one that people were saying, Far Cry 6, they really regretted buying Far Cry 6. Yeah, that was one I saw
quite consistently.
Yeah, and that's all I've heard. Far Cry 6 just went downhill. I mean, the games, honestly, I played a bit of 4, I played a bit of 5. I think 3 was the peak of that series.
Yeah.
They really needed to change it up some way, and I don't think they did. I think that game just came out at the right time.
See, I played a bit because they did 5 and New Dawn, which was like the same map as 5, but it was based on the Aftermath. I played that game heaps. I didn't do much of the story because I just like run around doing basic whatever it was. It just didn't hook me at all. Everyone's like, yeah, the story was great. I don't agree. I remember I would say I do regret buying Far Cry 6 though. I think I bought it mainly on the fact that it had Giancarlo Esposito as the villain, because like the villain in the Far Cry games are usually always the main selling point. Just did not give a flying fuck. Like I didn't care. Yeah. It just was the same shit it's been since 3, and there's been no. It looked a lot better. But
of course it did, yeah.
And the gameplay is the same. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, which sucked.
Another game that a lot of people said they really regretted buying in our comments was Borderlands 4. There's multiple comments on here with like 20, 30 plus likes on each of them saying Borderlands 4 was absolutely a waste of money.
Yeah.
Which I've only heard a couple of people really praise it, and one of those is Jimmy. But I think Jimmy is a bit Borderlands cucked.
I wouldn't say Borderlands cucked. Looter Shooter cucked.
Yeah.
Big division, very big.
Yeah.
I would say Destiny's kind of not really Looter Shooter, but it's got that you're always picking, you're going for it.
Always something new.
Yes. Yep. Which is why I don't like those games generally, because I like finding a gun that works and sticking with it. But yeah, no, a lot of the boys are all very much Borderlands cucked. I just don't care enough. It's not my type of game. And
the last one I'm going to say, another game that people in our comments really regretted buying and thought it was a waste of money was Arc Raiders, which was the same experience you initially had.
Yeah, I definitely regretted it straight off rip. I think I don't regret my time with it now. I feel like I regret having faith in the developers to keep pushing content out. Because like you don't turn off the dev team for like the month of December over Christmas when all new players are getting the game and having no content, and then coming back, hey, we're all back in office now. Hey, there's been an exploitation glitch for 2 weeks. The people are billionaires now. Fix it. Oh, whoops. It's like I don't know.
How ridiculous.
You can't have 2 year. Like I think they said their plan is 2 massive updates a year, and everyone's like, you can't have that with a game like this. You need to be constantly pushing shit out, like what Helldivers did like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah.
They need to keep on top of it because as soon as people stop talking about it, which they have, your game is gone. It's lasted 8 months maybe. But yeah, I don't regret it. It's just sad.
I think a lot of people picked up Arc Raiders because they saw people on Twitch having such fun with it. And it is not everyone's type of game.
No, it's really good when you're winning.
Yeah, but when you're not, it's...
And the streamers are usually always winning because they're very good at games in general.
Because they're playing games
consistently.
8 hours a day, every single day because they get paid to do it, yes. But yeah, I had another question for the audience. What is your biggest gaming achievement? I'm not talking about... It could be actually a physical achievement trophy in a game, if it's a big one, or just something you've done in a game that has been substantial, like top of a leaderboard, or you've done a really hard challenge, like doing Lasso on Halo, which is an achievement.
Yes.
Like something like that. What is your biggest achievement in gaming? And if either of you guys have any that you think of.
I mean, the first one that springs to my mind was one I mentioned like a fair while back, when Assassin's Creed 4, when Black Flag first came out. I was like not top of the leaderboards, but I was like top 5 for like amount of gold earned across the world.
Exploited.
I didn't stay there very long. Like I was only up there for like maybe 3 days or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not really an achievement as such, but I remember when the Crash Bandicoot trilogy came out on my PS, I think it was PS4.
Yep. It was fun.
Trying to go through and do that, like, I think you're on the panda or the pig in like the Great Wall of China, and I think it's the third one. Getting that time, like I got very high in those leaderboards trying to get that max time and just doing nothing but 4 days and just like grinding that to get the best lines and everything. Yep. I remember beating all my friends and I was like, that's hectic. Did not last long on top of that leaderboard.
No.
That was a
very people who are way more into that.
Yeah. It's fun though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything that's like comes to mind that's massive.
I don't know if I've got too many things that are like online wise. I think there is a couple things where I was topping leaderboards for or like high up, but I don't remember. Yeah. So there must have been something too big. I remember beating Last of Us on Grounded.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it's very hard. And I remember I beat Metal Gear Solid 4, I think on European Extreme, which is like if you get seen game over, like restart the game type of deal. Yeah. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. This was so long ago. And the fuck thing is I had to go looking through my PlayStation account recently to go look at my trophies for something else that we're doing in another episode. It wasn't on that account.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yeah, no, it's not on that account. It would have been on just like a random one on my cousin's PlayStation. Because I played Metal Gear Solid 4 for the second time when I bought this PlayStation I got from EB Games, the PS3. The first time when I did all of that was on their borrowed fat PS3, so it wouldn't be connected to anything. It's like, oh, fuck. But oh, well, it's not the end of the world. It's not my girlfriend's going to leave me because I didn't have fucking the big box trophy or something on MGS4. Sorry, Lizard, please don't. But yeah, no.
So as a spin-off from that, how important are leaderboards in a game for you? Like, is it something you'll pay attention to right from the start, or is it more like...
Not really. I don't really care.
I feel like for me, it's one of those things where if I do well enough on the first time, like say it's a leaderboard for how fast you finish a level. If I don't place on the leaderboard, couldn't give a stuff. I'll just keep playing. If I do, for like just out of a fluke, manage to place on the leaderboard, I will occasionally be like, oh, that's cool. I wonder if I could do better though. It's very rare that it'll be like, hey, I'm aiming to get on the leaderboard.
You just reminded me. I actually was on one game I do remember being on leaderboards before was for Resident Evil 5. I was on the leaderboards for Mercenaries on the 360, and then like 8 years later when it came out to PS4, I was on the leaderboards for like 2 maps. I found a really good rhythm of like basically do this thing, and I just got my score like through the roof. I was never gonna crack like the top 5 type of deal because it's like one of those leaderboards where everyone's like 10,000, 12,000, blah blah blah, and then like number 4 is like 4 million, like score per like game, and it's like either they've hacked or they've like no lifed it for 8 hours straight type of deal.
Yeah.
I got really high up in like 2 or 3 maps for 2 or 3 characters or something, but that was about it. But yeah, I don't really care about leaderboards too much.
I don't think it's much of a thing for like games this generation because like
No.
definitely not. Like you said, if I was like, oh yeah, cool, I can beat that like a score, that's fine. But the way that I've been trying to play games and like platinum and all that sort of stuff, I'm not finishing at a level quick because I'm checking every goddamn thing for a collectible, so I don't have to come back and replay it. Hence why there's like 85 hours I've got in Dishonored is because I keep missing damn collectibles.
Yeah.
And it's just like I want to check everything right the first time. Yeah, it might take me an hour to do a 25-minute mission, but I know I've checked everything. I'm not in a leaderboard for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not really something for this generation, which I find weird because, particularly for right at this moment, we're more connected in terms of like just hardware-wise. The console's always been connected to the internet. We're more connected than ever before. The capability's there. The opportunity's there. It's just it's not what the general vibe of this generation is.
I like games that have, especially like single player games. Like I loaded up Arkham Knight just before Legacy of the Dark Knight came out, and it has like your AR challenges and scores for people on your friends list. So if you've played those games, you can see what their score is. I like those leaderboards, especially when you can like just toggle it for friends.
Yeah.
So I like beating those.
Like ghosts in like racing games and shit like that.
Yes,
I like that
they're a
idea
cool
of it
idea.
because I want to be like, oh, I beat you on this. It's
Yeah.
like Forza. Jacob and I have been playing pretty recently. He did a race at some point in the last month. I then beat him by like 11 seconds. And he's like, well, now I got to go beat you.
Yeah, go do that.
And it's just like, we just keep circles until one of us maxes out and we're done.
Well, that reminds me, when I was looking at my PlayStation account, I also looked at my Xbox account, look at trophies and achievements. I feel like these days, like quote unquote bragging rights for games are way more just like how good you are at a game in multiplayer, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't care that much, but I think that's definitely a change from what it used to be, because I think single player and also the whole culture of trophies and achievements used to be a lot bigger. Because I look back at my account and my PlayStation account, I've played so many games. I went onto my 360 and percentage wise of like the achievements I got and like percentage of getting them in a game, so much higher for all of them. I was a kid, had way more time, but that was way more important to me back then as well. And I don't think that was necessarily just my experience. I feel like back in the day, it definitely was way more of a bragging right. Oh, what's your gamer score? How many what trophy level are you, or anything like that? And that definitely fell off in probably the mid 2010s.
It's what
cool.
It's what I was going to say, following on from what Ben said. It feels like for this generation, like not just this generation. Sorry, I'll back it up a bit and say like it's been happening for a while now. There's been a bigger focus on direct competition as opposed to sort of like, I don't know how you would term it, but like the ghosts and everything, like competing with someone, you're competing with just their score. There's a bigger focus now on just like, I mean, it's just PvP basically. Yeah. But there's a much bigger focus on
that's what's
direct
taken over the industry
competition.
A lot.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I feel like multiplayer has always been massive in gaming, but it has been the focus for a lot of games, more so since for the last 10, 15 years than single player games. It's sort of horseshoeing around, and people really love having a single player experience, and they really champion for that. And there's a lot of great indie games that do that, but there is a lot of just focus on multiplayer. So I
make some
understand
money because of the like.
Oh yeah, I understand why businesses do it. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I'm not blind enough to think that there isn't a reason they do it. Of course, they're going to make money. In the end of the day, the reason people make games is so they can make money off of it.
You're not making them for free because it costs stuff to make them.
Exactly, and there's a lot of time and effort going into it. And speaking of a game that a lot of time and effort's going into, GTA 6.
Dun, dun, dun.
Quick question. Do we think GTA 6 is going to be the game that brings back midnight launches? Not necessarily as a trend forever, but will there be one for GTA 6?
I think because of how big of a culture moment this is going to be, they'd be stupid not to.
I am of the same opinion. This isn't a big culture moment for gaming. This is a big culture moment for just culture in general.
Yeah.
It is such a big thing for the entire world that this one video game's coming out. Surely they'll have midnight releases for it.
I mean, it would be silly if they didn't. And if they do, I think there's like other companies are going to look at how well it did and judge off like, oh, maybe we should like push to have one of these. Like, it's all going to be on the retailers, obviously.
I don't think
they're going to do it or not.
Yeah, I don't think it comes down to other developers. I think it comes down to it's because it's this developer.
Yeah. Also,
it's this game.
I feel like some of the main reasons that GTA 6 I think will have a midnight launch. One, it's because it's the biggest entertainment property of all time. They've already projected this. I can almost guarantee that will be what happens. Two, the reason that midnight launches haven't been much of a thing besides hardware is because you can just download a game, pre-download it, it's ready to go at 12. GTA 6, from all the rumors and everything that we've seen, this game is going to be fucking massive. People will probably try and get there and buy a physical copy if it means they're going to be able to play the game sooner.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it might still be quicker to go to the shops, get a physical copy at 12, come home, install it, and download. There'll be a day one update. It'll probably be massive, but it'll probably be a lot less than downloading 300 or 400 gigabytes.
Yeah.
See, that's exactly pose my next question. Do we think the game disc is going to have the actual content, or is it going to be a license?
It will have the content for an extent on there, like a part of it, surely.
How many discs? Do you reckon we do multiple? Because like Red Dead had 2.
Not on PS5 though.
No, but didn't it come out on PS4?
It did. It hasn't had a PS5 upgrade.
Remaster sort of thing.
Was
So,
it 2 discs? Was it an install disc and then the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I'm sure I've got
maybe.
it here somewhere.
I've got the map over there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, apparently there is worldwide shortages on physical media discs, like Blu-ray and 4K discs.
No.
Because, I mean, not as many places need them anymore. There's not as many manufacturers. And then when there is demand, there's barely anywhere to make it. Just like when Taylor Swift took up all the fucking
vinyl press,
the
releases
vinyl
and
presses
stuff, yeah.
worldwide, and caused so much shit around for that. Actually, I want to talk about that again later. I was talking to Connor about that today.
Speaking on talking to someone, was it Monty we were talking to saying about that supposedly like when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, America might be planning just to announce it just as like a public holiday.
I heard Monty talk about that. I don't know how realistic that is.
That is the biggest load of cap I've ever seen.
Because of the amount of people they think are just going to call off for that day anyway.
They will.
That will probably happen. I do not doubt that for a second. I don't think they're going to do public holiday.
No,
Yeah,
because that's giving power where there's not needed to be
Because
power.
also that's like there's a lot of other big events in America that I feel like would be similar. Like, is there a public holiday for Super Bowl? Like people would have long weekends or take the Monday off or the Friday off.
Surely,
Super Bowl
yeah.
Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people would be
mean-
taking the Mondays off and the Fridays off. And
I mean, it's still the weekend, so I mean, they might, but I don't know. It's massive.
Yeah.
I did see that. I don't know if it was a company in the States or the UK that have issued a public notice to like around their company that that many people have taken the week off for when GTA comes out. They've just decided to close shop for a week rather than they go, we're going to save more money doing that. And we're telling you now because it's going to be a massive thing. The whole company is just shutting down for that week so everyone can play GTA because they're like, we can't keep it open with 3 staff. So fuck it, we'll close.
Yeah.
They're sending out letters and stuff to say we're inactive for these days.
Are we going to go to the GTA 6 midnight launch?
If they do one, absolutely we are.
I think so because I think this could be the last one.
I don't know. I don't know if I would. I mean,
I think I would just for the experience of
Are you
it.
serious? We're absolutely going.
Yeah.
well, if you two go, then I'll probably be dragged along. But I mean, it's not like I'm going to get the game.
Right, we're going to need 2 more
I need it
people
for
to drag
PC.
you along.
Fuck you, you absolute dick.
Oh, you can just come for the experience.
I
You
feel
can
like
our
it'd be good
chauffeur.
for the experience and just the vibe because
We need save point shirts by then, though.
we absolutely. Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea. I don't think GTA 6 will get a midnight launch, and I don't think there will be another one. Like, I can't see a console coming out or any game that will elicit one.
Except for maybe GTA 7 in 25 years.
They don't even do like
No,
for a lot of
by
places,
then it was
midnight launches
being-
for iPhones.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Like, I mean, when I worked at Optus, we did. I don't even think. No, we did a very, very early opening. Like, I think it was like we opened an hour early before.
Like 7 o'clock or something. Like
No,
8 o'clock.
it was 8 because I think that's when we could do some other things with that. But I think it was we could have people lining up from whatever time, and then from 8 we could have people coming in and doing contracts. But the system didn't technically work properly until a certain time.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to a point you're like, now we can go, which was like pretty much right on 9. But everything was you couldn't sell the phone till 9 a.m. or something like that. Crazy. But you couldn't even. The weird rules that they've all got with that is that I don't think you can have any of the promotional stuff up until the day of or the morning of, in case someone walks past at night and sees all that sort of random stuff. It was some weird thing where they gave it all to us.
I don't think you can anymore.
Yeah, it was the morning of that we had all the stuff, but it's like do not open till 7 a.m. sort of thing. That was a long shift. That was like 6 till 7 or something.
God, yeah, fuck that. But I think we do the midnight launch. That would be cool. I think that's going to be a final experience, like a send off. There won't be anything else. You can be boring and lazy and sit at home and go, ugh, if you want.
What date is that?
I reckon you should come and go, aha.
I mean, look, if there's a midnight launch, probably won't be able to just because of other commitments.
Okay.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
What day is it? The 17th of November?
I don't know. But the pre-orders go up in a few days for GTA 6. So.
25th, I think. That's Thursday, Friday.
Well, are we going to go to the midnight launch for the ports of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2?
Yes,
Ben?
we fucking are. We're absolutely going.
So, the most recent bit of like cool gaming news in the week is that Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 are getting ports to PS5.
Thank God.
This is the only game I can think of that is just getting a straight direct port, not a remaster or anything in years that people are super hyped about.
Yeah.
It's not a remaster. It's just a
It's
direct
not?
port. No, it's
there's
Okay,
there's some changes that are being made, but it's not.
okay.
They're not doing textures. They're not doing. It's just
like quality of life things maybe.
yeah. Like I think it's like FOV slider and 120.
The real thing is, can I still play Zork in Black Ops 1?
That was an experience.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do the L2 R2 and shake the chair. I could never figure out how to start that start it, because you know how it's like you just sit there and it's like, what am I doing? And you have to do it to get them to move the chair.
Yeah, no, it'll be very, very interesting to see how this goes. I think I'm super keen. I have not been keen to play a multiplayer game in ages. I am so keen to go back and play some Black Ops 1 and 2.
One in the chamber and Black Ops 2.
Oh,
The Cap 40.
Honestly, both of those games are just really good for that. And I think it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people who are so used to how COD is now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The movement.
Yeah, very different.
Because I think when I borrowed an Xbox One, I think at some point when they put Black Ops 2 on like the Xbox Game Pass or whatever it was, played it, I was like, why can't I sprint properly?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't working. And I was like, this is just, I mean, I was also using an Xbox controller for the first time in half a decade. So
Can't wait to play some of those Black Ops 1 zombie maps again.
I did see a thing that they might be launching with all DLC, like the 4 packs.
Oh, surely they would be. Like, why would you port a game and then have to buy the DLC for a game that came out 15 years ago again?
Yeah, so why would they ever do that?
Can't wait to do the numbers.
What's that
mission.
in reference to?
It wasn't that what they did with what was the one they remastered last time?
I
That
don't
does
know.
not narrow it down at all.
They re-released like Black Ops 1 or something.
No, they never have.
This is the first.
Or Modern Warfare 1 or something, whatever it was that they redid and you had to re-buy all the DLC.
No?
I don't remember. I know they did one of the Modern Warfares. You got a remastered version of COD 4.
Yeah.
Like you got
You got a full game remastered as a pre-order bonus.
Okay.
That was cool. I
That was cool.
hadn't played COD 4 before, like in completion till that point.
Oh, really?
It was hectic.
I mean, that's the only COD that the most recent COD that Brock's played. Did you enjoy it when you played COD 4?
I mean, I was playing it with friends. I wasn't playing it to
Did you play the single player? Oh,
I played part of it.
see, the single player in COD 4 is really good. Like it's
Up until a certain point, all of the single players in like the
Call of Duty were
games
really
great.
good. I would say their peak was Black Ops 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was still okay in 2.
It was okay. It wasn't as good, but it was still
definitely
okay
not.
for sure.
Menendez.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed that first one. I remember a bit of talk at the time of when the original Modern Warfare campaign came out, because it has, I mean, spoiler, this game came out, 2007. It's got a nuke in it, like a nuke scene of like a town getting blown up. And that was a bit of like a sort of confronting scene at the time for some people, which is
wild to think now.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm really keen to go back and play Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 I played so fucking much.
Well, I mean, I played it on the PS3. My first experience with it was on the Wii with the shotgun.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. It sucked then. I didn't realize how bad I had it until I played it on PS3.
And then you realize, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, like I had great, but it was good. You swing around and it was good. That was great.
Oh, yeah, real quick. How the fuck did PlayStation not patch the fact that you could just get DLC for free from your friends on PS3? How did that survive so long? That's ridiculous. They were losing so much money, and the developers would have been fucking so angry, especially with like it was usually COD. People was like, "Yeah, let me download." So you know about this, right?
I'm assuming. No, I don't officially. But
you explain it better.
Yeah, because I did it.
Yeah.
I think it was, Black Ops 1, I was playing random zombies online. Like we had just got ADSL. Like it was like very early days. So load up Black Ops 1, wanted to play, didn't mean to like start a online game in zombies. I meant to just do local. Some random guy joined, he goes, "Hey, do you have the moon map?" And I was like, "No, I don't have any of the DLC." So he goes, "Oh, here's my account details. Sign in, download the packs, and we'll just play together." I then downloaded, we played a bit. I then changed his password. He didn't have access to his account anymore. But yeah, you could just download them all. Like you had his entire library available there to just download because it was like sort of like family share, but with no repercussions.
All I did was check that the files were there. I didn't authenticate.
So you could nothing.
I don't know if with the games you could do it like when the account was logged out, but with DLC, yeah, you could just go onto someone else's console, log in, download all the DLC, log out, and now they had all the DLC.
Yeah, I mean, you could just play
That's ridiculous. So it was obviously big for COD because that'd be like 4 or 5 DLC packs, and it'll be probably
$22.95 or something per pack or something.
Yeah, so it was about $80 worth of content, and it's like only one of your friends had to buy it.
That is ridiculous.
And there was like this for years.
Yeah,
I can't believe that there wasn't a fix for that. I mean, like I'm not complaining, but like imagine if you're the Call of Duty Mac packs. No wonder Xbox had an exclusive deal with those.
Yeah,
because they would have actually made money off it there.
Those deals back with like where it was like go between consoles, it'd be like, oh, it's PlayStation's turn to get the cool stuff early, and then it's like it's Xbox's turn, and it would go jumping. I like that time because it made it like the next one so much better when you finally got to choose like your console's turn to get it.
I thought Call of Duty had just exclusive for a long time.
Wasn't it? No, because wasn't there...
I don't think it was every second year. No, I'm pretty sure it was just consistently for like 5 years or something. Because by the time I started playing on PlayStation is when it flipped.
Oh, I don't remember what it was beforehand.
There
but
was
I remember there
definitely.
Was a thing.
I don't miss console exclusive like characters and stuff in games or like content. Like for example, a big one was Mortal Kombat 9 had Kratos was in the PS3 version.
Yeah.
But if you had either version on 360, you're just missing a character.
Yep.
Like I think Freddy Krueger was in it, but I think he was in both. And then also another one that annoyed me at the time was when I got Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, so that the prologue sort of games, Metal Gear Solid 5, there was 2 exclusive missions. There was one for PS3 or PlayStation, and there was one for Xbox. And the PlayStation one was the Deja Vu mission where you play as, you go around and you can like have like the old Snake looking like PS1 graphics, and you go around and you find all these objects from the original Metal Gear Solid game. And then there was the Xbox one called the Jamais Vu mission where you'd play as Raiden and you'd run around and shoot all this shit. And it was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers type of deal. And they were both cool, but it sucked when you didn't have the other one. And it's not till years later that you could play both of them or whatever. But that was fucking annoying, especially for a game how little content was in that.
Especially like with old Pokemon games too, where it's like you have to get different evolutions. You have to trade. It's like, I don't know anyone else with Pokemon. It's just me. I'm going out and buying 2 games and then having a second Game Boy to play it on. It doesn't work.
That's 99.9% the exact same thing on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Pisses me off.
I still remember getting very annoyed with Fallout New Vegas having different pre-order packs depending on what shop you ordered it from.
I was lucky. when I first played New Vegas was just when the Game of the Year edition came out.
Yep.
So everything was on it.
So yeah, that's the other side of it, is that you do eventually get all of that stuff if you wait for the Game of the Year edition. But it's also like, if you want to play it day one, it's like, cool. I mean, I know we didn't get that many different packs here in Australia, but in America there was like,
heaps.
GameStop had this pack, EB had this pack, the fucking
Best Buy
had some
Target,
other
and
pack.
things like that. Yeah.
And I was just like, I mean, these were all little packs of just like, you would get maybe, I don't know, a starter weapon, some gear, and something else. But it was still like that feeling of like, this game's not complete. I don't have the whole thing.
I know
right
exactly
there
what
at
you
the
mean.
start. Yeah.
I had was, I don't know if they eventually got the concept. I pre-ordered Halo Reach from EB Games. You got some exclusive armor for your Spartan. I don't know if they ever added that in if you hadn't pre-ordered that game. It was like a little piece of it, like nothing. It was like something on a helmet, like on a Recon helmet. But it's the type of thing, it's like, if they never added that in, either it might be in the Master Chief Collection now. I don't know. I already have it because I pre-ordered the game in 2010 or whatever it was. That sucks.
Yes.
It sucks when stuff like that is behind paywalls, but they would have been some massive big marketing deals with Microsoft and this company or XYZ thing. It's annoying. It doesn't really happen much anymore. I mean, like, we're talking about pre-ordering games the other week and like the stuff you get. There isn't really many cool pre-order bonuses anymore.
No, definitely
I haven't
not.
seen a pre-order bonus that has made me want to buy a game in a long time because there's always fucking weapon skins and shit. I don't care.
No. I think I bought the Crimson Desert Collector's Edition only because I got it dirt cheap. I haven't opened that box again since I got it. I couldn't tell you what's in it. I got a cool gold shield or something in-game that just ruined it because I couldn't get rid of the shield. But I mean, I don't think
they've fixed that now, but that's a separate topic.
Yep.
Yeah, but I can't think of anything. They need to bring back statues that aren't going to get scalped straight away.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to win with that.
No.
Scalping is fucked.
Yeah.
And speaking of scalping, I saw a video of a Kmart in Australia with about 30 people camped out inside, because I think it was a 24-hour Kmart, all waiting for Pokemon cards. Everyone was over the age of 25. Fucking ridiculous. Do we think the Pokemon card hype is going to die anytime soon?
No.
Because I feel like it has just been ramping up more and more in the last like 12 months. And I thought it was at its height years ago when Logan Paul first was bringing it to light. But no, it's massive now.
He's trying some other things now. And
he was doing the manga and then he was doing Yu-Gi-Oh as well.
Yu-Gi-Oh now, and everyone just rapping on him in the comments because they're like, it doesn't work like that. This isn't Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's too many pieces of Exodia. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. I don't think it's going to die down. There's too much money in it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. People know that they can try to like, I can make big money on this. They don't care how much they like might lose.
Yeah, but when does the bubble burst? That's the thing, is like, because it gets to the point where who is going to buy these cards? There's big celebrities and e-celebs that really want whatever. There's Shiny Growlithe from Forest Set or whatever the fuck it is. I don't care. But like, it gets to a point, it's like, who's going to start buying these cards? There's big Pokemon super fans, but I think there's a lot more demand for the cards brand new than there is for these big ones now. I think people are going to get to that point, especially with how hard times are financially. Do they really want to spend the 10 grand on this random card that you could get from this new set? Or
yeah, but I think on the reverse of that, it's if people like scalp and hang around and like try and get those packs early and like try and buy them in bulk, they might have a $10,000 card. So it's just another form of gambling. You may or may not get it, but you have to buy the pack to find out.
Do you think it's going to get to the point where the demand for these rare cards is no longer there and they won't be considered rare as much because there isn't a demand for it?
I think I don't know. There's too many variations of each pack until they until they run out of ideas, which I don't think they ever will.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's been 3 or 4 Pokemon card releases a year now.
I think it's more than that.
I
feel like it's every 2
sure.
or 3 months. I feel like there's been 2 since your one.
Yeah, this is a perfect order, which was terrible.
Yeah.
There's been at least one big one. Until they stop running out of set ideas, they're just got to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Pokemon company is going to just keep going because it's their cash cow and they're making so much fucking money off of this.
Yeah, now there's content of people opening cards, which then more people get interested to buy more cards, and it's just a big circle.
I think it will eventually pop.
Oh,
I can't see I can't see this being a sustainable thing over time because it's not a Pokemon card is literally, it's just something that you put on your shelf and forget. It's not like other big exclusive hobbies where there's some sort of utility to it, like watch collecting or anything like that. I mean, a lot of people will buy a set of watches and they might never touch them, but at the same time, there is a use to a watch.
And you say that, forgetting that the whole point of the Pokemon card game is that it is also a game.
Yeah, but no one's using those expensive cards because then the value goes down like crazy.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing with a watch, but you need to put a lot more stress on that item for it to drop as much. And also, yeah, it's...
You're not going to all of a sudden go into a watch store and there's 45 of the same Rolex on the shelf for the same price.
No.
If there's more of the item, which, I mean, the more cards they print, there is more and more cards coming. They might not be the same quality, but I mean... If there was only 9 first edition Charizards, and now there's more popping up everywhere because people are opening packs.
Like PSA 10 ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's way more popping up because it was not as big as a thing, so people weren't trying to sell them as much.
Yeah.
And then it started to slowly pick up over time. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. But are you all right?
I'm slowly drifting to sleep with this talk of Pokemon cards. Sorry, it's
Brock is legitimately.
Where's the?
It's been a long day for us, and these two get to have time off tomorrow, and I don't.
Bro, I have time off for like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
so
I know. Laugh it up.
Brock,
I will laugh it up.
Yeah, Ben's gonna go try and look for the smelling salts. I got no clue.
Last I saw
they'll be over there somewhere.
They're right there. I can see them.
They'll be behind me. But yeah, I mean, it's just sad seeing all this scalping for Pokemon cards, and it's not going to stop anytime soon, I don't think. I hope it does. Okay, here we go. Brock's going to
just bang it on the table down first so it doesn't...
Do a 3, 2, 1, fuck it.
Bang it on the table first.
Ward bottled insanity. Don't bang it on the table. Don't bang it on the table.
Minute so it settles so you don't...
Okay,
keep talking before you do it as well.
Yeah,
so it
all right, I'll
focuses on
start talking. Blah, blah, blah. Look at me about to snog my face off.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Did it work?
I did. Yes.
Give it here.
It didn't get me at first, and I was like, "Oh, I'll have
you
another."
Went back for a second.
I'll have another inhale, and then it hit the back of my nostril. Fuck.
Oh, I'm getting a bit of residual from that.
The first time we did it, I had a shower like 2 days later, and then I just got a whiff of it, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, it's
like when you put like the Vicks thing in the bottom of the shower. Yo, this is what it's like to get freaking high.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, going off that, funny little video I saw on Instagram. I saw a video today of Singapore Airport, and they, in the baggage collector, when you go get your tickets, in the machine, it was 2 Xbox Kinects, and I'm guessing they used the Kinects to scan up your baggage for whatever reason.
It's actually kind of cool.
It is very cool, but I was like, everyone in the comments were like, yo, why is this shit here, and blah, 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 all this stuff, but it was making me think the Xbox Kinect was a failure. The original Kinect was cool. I had an original Kinect. I didn't use it that often.
Was it to compete with the
iToy?
Wii? Oh yeah, iToy actually. That's a better comparison.
Well, it was supposed to be its whole new own thing. The original Kinect was cool. It didn't pick up too much. They forced the Kinect with the Xbox One. You had to have it connected to your Xbox for it to work, which is fucking ridiculous.
Hey, let me spy on you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why people didn't want it. But the Kinect ultimately failed. I don't think there's a version of it anymore. It's just gone.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Kinect was it was some really cool tech. It was just used in the wrong industry. So a lot of people now in a lot of places use Kinects for all different types of things. Like I was saying back in the day, I remember a lot of people, this is a bit more niche, but there was a program or an add-on for Gary's mod where you could use a Kinect and rig a character in the game to move along with you, and it would detect it from the Kinect.
Yeah.
Which is a very unique and different use case for it. I think there was a lot of applications people used it for. Actually, we saw that video a while ago of a guy said he brought a Kinect to a concert to do like the sort of LiDAR mapping of it. It ended up being fake.
It did end up being fake, but like he created the effect that sort of mimicked it. It was a very cool idea.
Yeah, but I think there is actual uses of it very similar to that.
Yeah, maybe not at a drum and bass show, but
No.
I was going to say, I have a feeling, I could be wrong on this. I have a feeling Brendan grabbed one like a couple of years ago to use it as a 3D scanner to like for his 3D printer, just to like, yep, here is the person, and now I can print little figurines of this person.
Back in the day, probably. I mean, everything's got a LiDAR scanner now, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Apple does.
Oh, is Apple's the only one that does it, doesn't it?
Because that's the biggest thing that would get me back across. I mean, if I was still doing anywhere near as much VFX as I used to, would get me to switch to an iPhone.
Yeah, no, it is really cool that there is a LiDAR scanner. I've only used it a couple times, but really cool.
Yeah, because the Samsung doesn't have it. Because like apps like Polycam and stuff where you can just point it at something and scan stuff, and then you've got a 3D version of it. I was like, that would make so much stuff so much easier.
I will say I was thinking about using some of this for that.
Yeah.
I'm pointing to a massive green screen behind us. I just bought a green screen the other day. That's fucking ginormous.
You could look at gouge and splats, but that's a little bit more intensive. Good work.
But yeah, cool tech. It's coming everywhere. It's crazy that you can have a body LiDAR scanner in your pocket. Come very far from my only portable device being a DS.
You do not have a portable DVD player?
No.
Oh, we had one.
My parents were divorced. I didn't go on trips.
I had one so I could go on trips and I would stay quiet in the car.
I didn't go on trips.
It had a cigarette adapter, like a 12 volt
adapter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which obviously, if me and my sister both have our own little portable DVD player in the back of the car, you had to time that perfectly to see if you could charge one and then do it at the same time.
Yep.
But like off battery, that thing had like an hour max.
Max, yeah.
Yeah, and if not, I think it was like AA batteries that it took.
Oh god, going through AA is like fucking
yeah, 24
else.
pack for a trip to Queensland. It was fucking chaos.
Brock, you were talking about earlier that you wanted to talk about component prices going up.
Yeah, a friend of mine apparently is up in arms because he only just checked on what the price of a 5090 would cost him, and he's not happy. But yeah, I think people are still not there with like, hey, this shit isn't going down. It's still going up.
I think components are going to slowly start going down in price again soon because there is such a push for having like local models of AI. So on your system and not the big data centers. The prices still go up because people are demanding to put in their systems, but also the data centers who are buying tens of thousands of units won't be doing that as much because people won't rely on them. Also, there is a massive push against, and I'm on this team, against AI and the use of it.
Yep.
And I saw a video from a guy this morning, Rick Beato. He's a music guy, massive music YouTuber. He did a video talking about how he thinks AI is, all these data centers are going to be very much ramped down in the next few years because so many people are doing it. Like I said, all these AI models locally, and the younger generation is so against AI. He showed multiple clips of graduations, like of colleges, where the people are the bloody, I don't know what the heads of the colleges,
chancellors. I guess.
Oh, I mean that's like in Australia, but like the chancellors or the presidents,
the dean,
the deans of the college is going up and talking to the graduating class, talking about the future is AI, and everyone in the audience just booing, and they just, I don't know, they're like, what? Or like back in the day, the revolutionaries were out changing social rights for people. Now we're out here in the streets trying to make sure AI is commonplace, and people booing. And
it's a very odd stance to have because they're so against everyone using AI for assignments and stuff, but then they're praising that it's the way that everything's moving forward. Like we saw it with that video where they were announcing all the names of the
at a college.
Yeah, and they were announcing like, oh yeah, we're calling out everyone's name, and you can come up and get your fucking bit of paper and whoop-de-doo. Missed out half the students' names, got them all wrong, just didn't work, and they're like, we're just gonna read this list of names that may or may not be real people.
I think
completely fucked it.
There's a lot of, especially in companies, it's okay if I use AI. It's not if you use it though.
Yeah.
And the big thing I've seen that with is applying for jobs and resumes.
Yes.
The amount of job ads I've seen on like Seek, for example, that will all clearly be written by AI. And sometimes, like I have seen a couple times, the prompt's still left in there because I just copy and pasted. But I can guarantee you, if you applied for that job and used AI, immediately thrown in the bin.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I was talking to a customer the other day. They were talking about...
And that's the case with our job. All the AI resumes were thrown away.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a customer I was talking to. They were talking about their grandson or something applying for jobs. And he did the Macca's thing. Obviously, there was a fair few random questions in that.
Yep.
And then it ended with because I think there was a big stitch up in the States where people were getting phone calls from AI models being doing the job interview for you rather than people doing. He was like, yeah, we had some weird things and you'd fill out all these forms and blah, blah, blah. And then it was rather than having an actual in-person interview and going through anything, they just FaceTimed him. And that was his job interview. And he's like 13, 14, and they're FaceTiming to see if you're going to be a good fit for the job. I was like, that's a weird way to move it forward.
A very different world. I mean, the downside of AI, I think it has made job hunting for people a lot harder. I've seen people apply for jobs, and because on Seek, for example, you can apply for a job, and when you do, for people who don't know, Seek's just a job. It's like Jura, it's a job.
Indeed sort of thing.
Indeed, yeah, it's just a job website where people put up jobs and you apply for them. When you apply for a job on Seek, it will tell you how many people have applied for it once you've done that, and then what the percentage of them attach a resume and then a cover letter. Jobs that might have used to maybe get 30, 40 people apply for now have 250, 300 people apply for, because you can just be like, copy this whole job description, put it in the chat GPT. I can do this, this, and this. Write me a resume. Well, easy, send. And people just spam that.
Yep.
And the problem is it just completely fucks the whole job market.
It's
too easy to apply for a job, which sounds bad because it shouldn't be hard for people to, but it's at a astronomically low level, and it takes less than a second type of deal. That's too easy.
I don't know about you guys. I hate applying for jobs. Just the cover letter is the big thing for me. Is that hey, we want you to basically waffle on and talk about how good a fit you'd be. And it's just mate, just fucking hire me. I need a job.
I wish it was
as someone
I know it was like that.
Tom has spent a lot of time writing cover letters. I have also just started.
My girlfriend has.
Yeah. I have just started writing cover letters. The last few, all the jobs I've had, I haven't really done cover letters because it wasn't as big a thing back in all those.
It's very big now.
Huge.
Yeah. That's my thing. It's just a
lot of jobs won't even accept them if you don't have a cover letter.
The biggest disheartening thing with the job market, we'll get back to what you were about to say, sorry. The biggest disheartening thing is the amount of effort you need to put in for each individual job to apply for it now. I'm talking hours sometimes, and you need to be quick enough to get into that first bunch, or if it gets overlooked, and then you apply, and 90% of the time you won't hear anything. And it is like you're just throwing it into a black hole, into a void, and it is so demoralizing applying for all these jobs, and especially if it's something that you know that you are very skilled at. I've applied for some jobs, and and I've seen who they've gotten in the end, and it makes me really sad. Because it's I know I could have done such a better job than this. There's some places that I went for an interview, didn't get the job, found out who did get it, nothing wrong with the people, and then be like, it seems like you knew someone or something like that, because I see the results and I'm like, I know for a fact I do stuff on the side that's better than this. And I don't want to shame people, but it's it's so demoralizing when you know you can do so much and you'd be a good fit in XYZ thing, and then you just got to keep applying, and it will be months of this. And there's jobs I've applied for that I found out 4 months later that they're like, oh, sorry, you didn't get it. Most of the time you just never hear anything. And it's what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
But that's just what it's like, sadly. That's what the job market's like.
Yeah, such is the state of the world. It's depressing.
Yep.
Back on your point, I also hate writing cover letters. I've spent the last week, I've done 2. They both sucked. Writing them sucked. What turned out was actually all right. But I haven't had to do one of those in 10 years.
In years, yeah.
And it's one of them I definitely needed to do. The other one I just did because I was like, fuck it, I've got a good template here. I'm going to just base it off that.
Yep.
that was the long 45 minutes fucking tweaking 1 or 2 paragraphs of that thing.
And the problem is doing like resumes and cover letters, you'll put so much time in and effort to it, and it'll be a quick skim. And it will just be trying to find if you said one thing wrong, and it'll be like, okay, in the no pile. Or it will be a quick skim. Okay, yeah, fine, whatever. And you put so much time into it, but most of the time will be, one little thing. No.
Yeah, it was tricky. Yeah, ask your
What
question.
really irks me, particularly, I've been working with you for a couple of years now, so I haven't had to
More
do
than
it
a couple, would be half a decade now.
Yeah, 5 years. But I haven't had to do it for the last 5 years, obviously.
Yeah.
But what irked me, and this in particular, I'd been applying for jobs before I applied for where we work now. But what really irked me, and it really shot it home with where we work right now, because they were the worst ones to do it. You have your cover letter.
Yep.
You have your resume. It lists all this stuff.
Yep.
You can't apply without either of those.
Yep.
And then you go, you need to apply online. You need to do all this. Cool.
Oh,
What's the first
refilling
thing?
in the
Yes,
fucking
all
all
the
the information you put in the cover letter and the resume. Oh, by the way, now you got to manually put all that in with your reference.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Yes, particularly when they're like, upload your stuff and we'll just fill in all the bits. And half of it doesn't fill in. And it's like, okay, I can see you got my address there, but you don't have all the other bits that were immediately following it. You don't have any of my
Info.
the info, but all of your
Job history,
qualifications.
references.
references and everything. And it's just you don't have any of my qualifications or anything there. And it's just why have you got these all? Okay, I've got to do these through a drop down list. And it's filling out your bullshit online form takes longer than what it did me writing the cover letter. It's I don't want to work for you anymore. Now I'm just you should pay me just for having to fill out your fucking online form.
I get your frustration. I think they're doing it. I mean, I know we definitely did it when I worked at Optus. It was who's going the extra step to do the cover letter and resume, and then who's actually got the info. Because you don't read the cover, you rarely read the resume and cover letters. It's more especially if you're a big enough company and you have a pre-filled form, that's easier to skim than reading through fucking Joe Blow's 95 boots of self-inflation.
I get having it there as a hurdle of hey, we want them to actually go through this step because then it weeds out all the people who are just there trying to yes, I applied for here. Please give me JobSeek or whatever the Centrelink fund is at the moment.
Yep.
If you're going to do that, don't require them then to also write a cover letter if it's already filled out in your form.
That's not the point.
That's step 1. Step 1 is do that. Step 2 is upload a resume. Step 3 is fill out the fucking form.
Yeah, it's the just filter out more people. But to quickly
because
go
job seeker
back,
people aren't doing that.
Yeah,
I'm well aware they're not doing
just
that.
a quota to feel a lot of time. But to rewind, you said that you were annoyed by the company that we work at did that. To give credit to them, they had I applied for a job internally at our work, higher up. It was by far the cleanest, best, and most considerate interaction I've ever had when it comes to hiring. I found out very quick if I was getting to the next round. And I applied a couple times, and one time I found out in a couple of days, sorry, you're not progressing. That was great. That's the bare minimum, and they did it straight away. So many companies won't say anything ever. When I did get into a good interview, I had a pre-one, and I was like, okay, in 2 days we're going to have another one. Had another one, didn't get it, but I got a call from the person who gave me an interview, gave me a ton of great advice, and said, hey, I really encourage you to go for this and this type of role. I think you'd be better for this. Keep an eye out. And I was I've never come away from not getting a job being more happy than when I applied internally at our work. They were so good with it. I was so incredibly happy. It boosted my morale about the place we work by far. But then the thing is you see the inverse of it, where there's so many places that you apply for or do XYZ thing and they won't bother to do the bare minimum.
The worst is this job is open for 2 weeks, start applying, and then you apply on day 1 and day 3 the job's closed and you don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we like that person, done, close it, end it off. Bit silly.
It is silly.
But we're all employed, so.
Yes, exactly. I'm
could be
happy.
far,
I'm
far
happy with
worse,
my job.
yes.
Exactly. There's so many people where it's so much worse for. Speaking of freaked things, Ben and I are active users, or active enough, of Twitter. Now X has been X for 5 years now, but people still call it Twitter.
It says it on the bio as well when you click on the Play Store. It says X, formerly known as Twitter, and then it
Lol.
goes update.
But yeah, Ben and I have both been on Twitter and X for years and still somewhat go on it a little bit. That is by far the most cooked, fucked platform I've ever been on now. It is so just, it's a mishmash of every part of the internet.
Yeah.
Every single part. It is great for news, especially like gaming news. I see so much stuff on there. But I'm also scrolling down. It's like, oh, cool, new gaming thing. Next thing is straight up porn. Straight, just porn. And there'll be like 4 or 5 posts in a row of it. Like, what the? And then it'll be like a ton of gore videos. And then it'll go to world news. And this is just on like it's on my following tab, but I don't follow any of these pages. No. And they're not liked by anyone I follow.
I don't use the following tab because
or the For You one.
The For You's fucked. Sometimes
I've never seen a platform so all over the shop. It's like it's trying to throw all these emotions at you at the same time.
Sometimes, like when I got on Fight Twitter, fuck me dead, that was a good like 3 hours just going to, because you find 2 videos, you go hectic, click on it. Then you watch it and you go, cool. And you just scroll.
Yes.
And it automatically fixes your algorithm to be just that content.
Yes.
Which is really good sometimes, really bad sometimes.
And very rarely, it will be like, you'll be looking at, like, it'll be gaming videos and then it'll go on to something completely cooked to be like, I don't know, a
beheading video. Or
exactly. Bullshit. And then it will just like randomly go on there and you'll quickly scroll past that and they'll just start pushing that. And it's like, I don't want to see, I was looking what the new skin in Minecraft was or something like that. But it is such an unregulated platform. I would not let my children be on X. It is bad. Bad. I also see a lot of good stuff on there. So there's so much news on there that I don't get on any other platform.
I'm always on Twitter.
Yeah.
I did just see something here now that I'm on Twitter. Sort of gaming news, kinda. The YouTuber Syndicate.
Yep.
He says he's nearly 3,000 of his YouTube videos have been copyright claimed after his outro song rights were sold.
Oh.
He said he had the rights to use the music for years and then it's been sold. So all the last 8 years of uploads have all been fucked because the outro music's been
some other song. I mean, I think I don't know how you could do it on such a big batch, but YouTube's got a tool to mute stuff. Hopefully his outro is a separate segment, not him talking and it starts slowly going in.
Well, it says here, it says content details, content found 45 minutes and 34 seconds to 45 minutes and 58 seconds. Melody or lyrics, impact on video monetization. This video cannot be monetized. And he says that's on 3,000 of his videos.
Fucking hell. I feel like something like that.
That's a lot of money.
Surely that's like a fair use case. And like, I don't know, like that's hard.
Because he bought the rights originally and then or he's leasing them or whatever it is.
He's got a mechanical license or whatever.
Because even then, if it's just, that was 24 seconds of his outro. Going back and manually editing those in the YouTube editor and cutting off that section, that's a lot of work.
I feel like that would be easier to try and contact at YouTube, be like, hey, this is obviously something, and get them to fix it.
I don't think they would care.
Oh, he's big. He's big enough that I feel like he could. Syndicate was massive back in the day. What's his subs at? Like over 10 mil. Easy.
Have a look.
He would be loving it at the moment. He was massive on Black Ops Zombies. Massive.
His name is also Tom.
He is. Syndicate Tom, yeah. UK YouTuber. People loved Syndicate back in the day.
Yeah, he's at 9.3.
9.3. Okay, he's nearly at 10.
3,500 videos.
I think he's one of those guys who he might not have. He's got a lot of subscribers. Don't get me wrong, but he's one of those OGs, and there's people who will have 10 times as much as him and respect him a lot. Yeah.
He's got there's a video
you've probably seen his face around. He's been around for 20 years type of deal.
He's got his own sort of do the PewDiePie thing, vlogs, family vlog style things, called Life of Tom. That's got 2.6 and another 2.6 thousand videos on that as well.
God,
it's just him just doing
whatever
home shit. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, well that's a big one. Was there anything that you guys wanted to talk about? Oh, actually, I wanted to quickly go back onto the rising component stuff. You're talking about how your mate was going through the roof. It is getting it's always been ridiculous, but the component prices, your SD cards, your SSDs, your RAM, all this stuff, it is getting such an unattainable level now.
Yes.
Like you can't build like my PC has like 3x'd in price. Like since I bought it. Like it's ridiculous. It's do you think unless if this is a trend that goes on for a while with component prices being so high, do you think it's going to hinder or people are going to actively try and not make their games as high end and demanding of hiring?
That was literally the thought that was just
higher end console, well, not even consoles, but
their
computers.
optimization levels are going to be a lot lower, or like they'll probably
higher.
be higher because
Yeah.
they want it to be played on more accessible hardware.
Yeah.
I will say there's been a couple of AAA releases recently, and I'm not going to be able to think of them off the top of my head, but when I go through and look at the required specs for them, I'm like usually pleasantly surprised, like, oh, that's a lot lower than I expected.
Only
And
48,000 gigabyte of RAM for Lego Batman.
Well, no, that wasn't one of them, unfortunately. But no, there's been a couple where I've like looked at it and gone, oh, that only needs like a recommendation of a 1050. What? And it's because they've gone back and they've re-optimized the entire game start to finish, because they're just like, we know people are not going to be able to run this at like maximum spec. So we've changed things. Like, yes, it means that we've had to, take a hit here to quality in terms of the DirectX engine we can use and blah, 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 blah. But it means that our actual user, like our customer base, is so much wider now because we're accessible to a lot more people.
Yeah. Yeah, we've never had a point like this in gaming. I tell you, I mean, talking about, I was talking to Connor today, a guy that we work with, and he ended up buying a Switch yesterday because there was a good deal on Nintendo Switch 2s at the moment. Where
First one in a long time.
Yeah, they're currently on sale. And the thing is that they're going to go up in price on the 1st of September. And I told him about that. He didn't know about the price rising. He's like, oh, I feel like I want to get one. And I said, this is probably the time to get it because it's cheaper than it was. And it's going to probably be going up $120, something like that. Yeah. So he bought one. And I've never seen a point in time where it feels like I need to get this now or else I won't be able to get it because of money constraints and not actual stock constraints. And not saying that he wasn't going to have the money to buy it, but everyone now is like, all this stuff's going up so much, and it would never had a time like this in gaming, or just in a lot of industries. I can't think maybe in COVID, cars went up like crazy because it was hard to get them, and like secondhand cars went through the roof in price, and I guess petrol to an extent, but not like this.
Petrol kind of went the opposite way though, because they were trying to sell
I'm talking about recently.
Yeah.
But But I can't think of many other industries where a commonplace item has just started to go through the roof in price and it's made it unattainable. And the problem is so many people are reliant on a computer. If your computer craps out at the moment and you want something even comparable or just like the current version but newer, good luck.
You're paying through the roof. Yeah.
When this really hits phones, I think is when shit's going to hit the fan. Because so many people go through a phone a lot more often than a computer. And when the new iPhones, I mean, they've all been slowly going up every year, and same with the Samsungs. But when they start to like, it's gone up $500 more and it's barely different type of deal, that's when people are going to really crack it.
Samsung went up, I think their like normal base phone was like $1,200, give or take around that point. It's now like $1,500, I think is the starting point for the new phones this year. I
remember when the Ultras used to be like $1,800 and that was like, they were way cheaper than the iPhones. Now they're 22, 23.
Yeah, Ultras have been around that price for a while, but like the entry level phone being nearly $1,500, if not over.
Yep.
That's Apple's in front there. I would be very intrigued to see what they do this year with their phone release though.
Yeah, they'll be making this fold and there will be something there. I don't know about their base model phones though. Different story.
The 17 is very hard to beat. The tech's not got any better in the last 12 months for them to beat.
No. They would have to put something crazy in or something that they could do, but they wouldn't be beneficial to them, like putting an M chip in a phone. Like I know they're saying like, the A18 or A19 Pro or whatever it is like almost like an M1, but there's so many things they still can't do. It's not that level. And if they put that stuff in there, which they probably could do, it's going to probably they'll cannibalize their own sales with certain things that people won't want to get computers or whatever things. There's stuff where you put too many features in and make too good of a product, and it really hinders you. Which sucks because I want to have the everything device, but
no,
that won't be for a while.
On the Switch 2, I was talking to Connor about it as well. He was saying like physically, he's liking everything about it. It just doesn't have the games that he's like.
Yeah, if we're going on that aspect of it, that's exactly what he said to me.
He's loving that, like, hey, it feels so much better than the other one. It's like nice and big, and it does all this and da da da. I just don't know what to play on it now because the games he grabbed with it, he was like, yeah, they're fun, they're great, but what else? Yeah,
and when it's day one of having that console, that's a sign. Because when he said he was going to buy it, the Switch 2 yesterday, I said, hey, tomorrow, give me a review if it's worth buying. And he came in and he's like, hey, I've got my review. And he was like, so it's a great console. And then straight away I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, no, it's a good console. I had a lot of fun with it, but I'm struggling to find anything to play. And if it's been a year into the life cycle of that is not good enough.
No.
There is not enough good ports on it yet. They're all coming. There's a couple of cool ports. Like I was thinking about getting a Switch 2. After our conversation last week, I was like, fuck, I should get it before this. There's a couple things I want to play portable.
Looking at it yesterday,
yeah. And I was like, oh, Final Fantasy. I really wanted to play the 7 remakes. That'd be good. Oh, Yakuza's on there. Donkey Kong.
That's it.
Maybe Tomodachi Life. Maybe
Pocopia.
I'm considering, that's like it.
I'm considering grabbing Cyberpunk for it just because like you can do the cross progression thing.
Yeah.
So like I can play it on computer and then we're going over to here, blah blah blah. Cool. I can still play it on my Switch.
I looked through the entire Switch 2 port or just library, at least the physical copies of stuff, and I'm like, even with a lot of these pre-order stuff, there is fucking nothing that I want to play. There's some cool games. Hey, if you're a JRPG fan, there's a fair few cool JRPGs on there.
Yes.
But that was like it, man. And I really want to like this console. I really want to get one and have that, like we've been saying, that killer app, and I really dig some time into it. I feel like it would just be it's Tears of the Kingdom machine.
If they hit year 2 and there's not like a good suite of like standalone games that you can play that aren't ported from something else, I don't see them making another console.
People give shit to the PlayStation 5 for not having enough exclusives, and I do agree. There's a lot of good ones on there, but there's also isn't as much compared to other years. But there is so many good games on there to play.
Yeah, definitely.
They might not be exclusive, but they're great. That's what the Switch is lacking. It's got ports, not a ton of them at the moment that are like the big ones I want to play, and even if they're just cut down a bit to be portable, and then the first party stuff is just not there yet. And it's year 1, they should be trickling in now. They should be, and there's not. And I don't know what Nintendo's end game is. I think they had such a strong start, and they've really stuffed it up so far. But I guess we'll see. It's not like they're going to go under. They're still going great, but I think they're going to have nowhere near as much. I mean, do you sell anywhere near as many Switches now as you were 6 months ago?
I don't sell any Switches anymore. It's all Switch 2s.
No, you know what I mean.
Fuck
Switch
me dead,
2s.
Brock. That's of course what he was talking about.
Well, he said Switch. So anyway, in terms of like compared to 6 months ago, I mean, I've sold more this week than I have in the last, I'd go to say 4 months. But yeah, compared to when they first came out leading up to Christmas that year, no.
Yeah, this is not selling as many. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if something just drops, I might get it.
I will say there's been like a steady amount of them. Like there's been whole months where I haven't sold a single PlayStation or Xbox, but I'm always selling Switches.
Yeah, I mean, those consoles are 6 years into their life cycle. This is crazy to think.
Yeah.
PlayStation 6 will be getting announced surely next year. I think it's a bit too late in the year for it now.
Yeah,
Wasn't the PlayStation 5 announced mid-year 2020?
Oh,
It was about 3 months before it came out.
It was
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I remember, and then it was like, hey, they've announced it, and then it's like the pre-orders go live here, and then I remember EB Games did it early. I can probably find out if I pull up my EB World account.
Or you could just search me to the PS5.
Yeah, I could
get
do
it
that as well.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I feel like it was pretty
4th
quick.
of April in 2019.
Oh, and it came out in 2020.
Hang on. It was announced as a success. The PS5 was announced as the successor to the PS4 in April 2019 and launched November 12th, 2020.
I don't remember it being that long. That's like 18 months.
I mean,
Or was it just announced that it was a thing? I swear they had a conference and it was like 4 months later it came out. Because that's a lot of hype. I swear consoles usually they get announced like not that far ahead. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Wikipedia says.
And Wikipedia can never be wrong. Oh well. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
do not. Sorry,
No,
no,
not
not
really.
this week.
Yeah, no, it's been a bit of a slow one.
It has, yes. We said that at the start.
This is Ben's last normal episode. We're going to record one more, actually right after this, with Zach. It's going to be a bit of a special one, which we'll
Zach's on it.
we'll throw out. Yeah, we'll throw it out in the next 5-6 weeks sometime. And when Ben's back, it will be either 99 or episode 100, which we need to discuss what we're going to do for that.
Oh,
Maybe 98,
What are we up to now? 93.
93. It'll be something like that.
It'd be fucking close.
Yeah, it'll be very close.
If it is episode 100, we could just do the episode from the airport where we pick up Ben.
That's not happening.
Yeah, you're going to come to the airport at 6 and pick me up when my flight gets here at 6:40 a.m.
Yeah, let me check in all my cameras to the airport.
We can do it in the car park.
Yeah, because they're airport
You're
car
doing-
park.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And trust me, I'm not jumping on a podcast after that flight.
No, he's going home and fucking.
I'm going to get home and
Honk
then that's
shoeing.
what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, Brock, is there something you got to say?
We will save it there.